Joining me now is the House Speaker Emerita, Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi of California. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you. Congratulations on your new time slot.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful show.
And come over anytime.
My pleasure to do so. Thanks.
I want to start, Speaker Pelosi, you have been in Congress for more than 3 decades, two of those decades in leadership. Yeah. Have you ever seen the House this dysfunctional?
Well, it's pretty dysfunctional, but all 3 of the shutdowns we have had have been under Republican speakers. And the last one, the longest and biggest in history, was under Republican Speaker and President Trump, who said, I take ownership of the shutdown. Mm-hmm. And now he's encouraging this Republican Congress to shut down government. It costs the economies tens of billions of dollars. It says to our men and women in uniform who are in the military or in federal law enforcement, you're not going to get paid. It says to 7 million women and children in our country who depend on food assistance, you're not going to be eating. The list goes on in terms of what government does. And so, again, this is nothing new to them. However, right now, with all that is going on, all the challenges that our country faces, it is particularly irresponsible.
It's like a game. You have been through many of these before, as you said, under Republican leadership.
All under Republican speakers, yes.
Do you think, I mean, there's 5 days left. Do you think there's a scenario where Speaker McCarthy can avoid a shutdown?
Well, I hope so, because of all the bad things that are out there and what they say and do, a shutdown is a very bad thing for the country. They made an agreement when we had the discussion with the president. They had an agreement about lifting the debt ceiling. They came to terms on a budget number, and that was an agreement. Mm-hmm. And now they're walking away from the agreement. So not only is it a bad idea in terms of our country, it's a bad idea about not keeping your word.
Now, there is a chance the Senate could advance a stripped-down continuing resolution that would keep the government funded in the short term. Everybody's looking for solutions here. Right. Is that something that could potentially avert a shutdown in the House? What do you think of that option?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's just new. But it is indicative of the old slogan that we always use in the House, 99 senators are not enough. They have had bipartisan agreement, it appeared, in the Senate about doing their own continuing resolution and sending it over. It has its parliamentary challenges, but nonetheless. And now they say because Rand Paul might object, they can't do that. 99 senators are not enough. One senator holding up over 500 appointments, promotions, and the rest in the military. It's just not right. But anyway, to take it back to this, it depends on what it is. I mean, we're not just there to vote for anything on the Democratic side. And so we'll see where we can find our common ground. And we have a responsibility to try to do that.
There's another...
Now, it just is up to our leader,
of
Hakeem
course,
Jeffries, and we take our lead from him.
Well, another option is a discharge petition, right, where a handful of Republicans, not that many, could join with Democrats. Is that something that's under discussion, too, to avert this?
Well, a discharge petition is an option. However, in order for it to even be considered, you have to have a 30-day period where it rests there. Yeah. And in 30 days, government would be shut down. So it's a longer-term thing. It won't work unless we have something to keep government open past the end of the fiscal year, which is September 30th.
Now, the other event that's, of course, happening this week is the House Oversight Committee will hold its first hearing on the Biden impeachment, which they have not outlined a purpose for. It's clear what they're trying to do here, at least to me. They're trying to kind of muddy the waters, make President Biden seem corrupt. How do Democrats avoid that or push back on that or prevent that from being an issue?
Well, the fact is they have no goods. You know, they've been for months and months and months trying to make some kind of a charge. I don't think they'll ever bring it to the floor. They won't have the votes. There are members in districts that President Biden won. Not that they're so fond of President Biden, but these voters will say that's just not the right way to go. You know, everybody was on my case in 2007 when we got the majority, and they wanted us to impeach President Bush for the war in Iraq, the misrepresentations going in, departing from Afghanistan too soon, all of that. But if you have a difference of opinion, you just can't be impeaching. On the other hand, this is a fake distraction, as you said. But they don't even have the courage to bring it to the floor. I don't think the Speaker has to worry about that.
I mean, you've been the Speaker before. Looking at all of the events of this week, what do you think the history books will say about Kevin McCarthy's role as Speaker?
Well, it remains to be seen. He hasn't had even a full year, much less a full term. But I do think it's important for people to know what the position is. It is the only legislative position mentioned in the Constitution of the United States. And by the way, it's second in line to president.
Yes.
The vice president is that. So it's number two. So it's a highly responsible position, and it has awesome power if you decide to use it for the public good, building consensus within the Congress to go forward for sustainability. And that's why I keep saying one thing he could do is to take back the Republican Party. It's a great party. It's done great things for our country, great leadership over time. Don't let it be turned into a cult, to a thug, in my view. And this is what is happening. This man is telling them, unless you get everything, nobody gets everything, unless you get everything, shut government down. That should be a testimony itself to the speakership of anybody to be taking guidance like that from the outside.
Several House Democrats, along with New Jersey's Governor Phil Murphy, have all called on Senator Menendez to resign. Do you think he should resign? I
respect their position that they are taking, and the charges are formidable. And if, in fact, we're going to say that if you're indicted, you should resign, we have a situation in the House, as you know, from the state of New York, that would hold too. But right now, sadly, because of the challenges that we face, because the skepticism that exists in our country about governance, about this Republican Party that doesn't believe in governance, doesn't believe in science, so wants to take down everything in order to give tax breaks to the wealthiest, we've got to stay focused on that. And for that reason, it'd probably be a good idea if he did resign.
Do you, this weekend on his failed social media site, Donald Trump openly mused about the execution of Joint Chiefs Chairman Mark Milley. This was quite shocking to me. What was your reaction to that?
My reaction is not so much to him, but to the people who support him. I respect the differences of opinion that exist in our society. It's from the beginning of our country. That's what a democracy is about. People have different views. They debate them. You put it before the public. They make a decision. You go forward. But to engage in language like that should be something that would eliminate somebody as a prospect for any public office. General Milley, a patriot in our country, was very courageous in the military, on the battlefield, and in the public arena in the White House. And I'm saddened to hear that a former president would say that. Just another argument why he should never have been in the White House and should never be there again. Twice impeached, once defeated. How many times indicted?
Yeah. Speaker Pelosi, thank you for your service, for always speaking out and telling the truth to everyone. It was such a pleasure to have you here this evening with us.
My pleasure to be with you. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.